I am starting a new medication. I'm on it right now as we speak, and it's quite controversial. First of all, let's back up a little bit. If you're new here, I'm Aimee Esther. I live with multiple chronic illnesses. I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and many other chronic illnesses, gut issues, chronic pain, migraines, all the things. I've got pains in all the places, and I have been on a journey with this chronic pain and fatigue and illness for 8.5 years now. I have tried everything from ibuprofen to strong pain medication to antidepressants. I've tried natural things from exercise routines to diets to supplements to lifestyle changes to stress relief to therapy and mental health. Even if I've gotten my mental health in a much better place, my pain is still there. My doctor said, you know what, I have an idea. How do you feel about cannabis? And this doctor did not try to push me into this by any means. He was very careful to make sure I was okay with it, that I felt comfortable with it. But he did tell me that there are a lot of benefits that could come. Things like I could get off my antidepressants and it should help with depression. Of course, the main thing we're looking for relief from is the physical pain and possibly the fatigue that I experience. And I know it's controversial, and I know there'll maybe be people watching this who judge me or think low of me for trying this route, but if I were to be prescribed an opioid, people wouldn't bat an eye. But I feel good about this. So my doctor actually had to send me to another doctor to get the cannabis prescription because my doctor didn't prescribe it. Only certain doctors do here. And I went to see her. She confirmed that yes, you do need this medication. And then I had to go apply with the state and do some paperwork. It sent back to her. She had to approve it again. It went back and forth for a minute, but it was surprisingly pretty quick. Within about a week, I was able to get my cannabis card for the state of Utah. And then I had to get a consultation with a cannabis pharmacist. So I headed to the cannabis store near me, pharmacy. I guess it's technically a pharmacy, to the pharmacy. And there were a surprisingly large amount of people at this pharmacy. I was shocked. And let me tell you, I was so scared. I was terrified. You guys, I have never drank alcohol in my life. I have never smoked. I have never had any kind of recreational drugs. Anything that wasn't prescribed by a doctor, I have not had. And even then, I usually only took a little bit and then would have bad side effects and stop taking it. This was all quite new to me. I didn't know anything about marijuana. And I went to the pharmacy and it was beautiful, you guys. It was so cute and designed so cute. It was a great atmosphere, let me tell you. I was able to meet with the pharmacist there and he was great. He was very knowledgeable and explained everything to me about the different options, which again, I didn't know anything. And he asked me, have you tried cannabis before? And I was like, no. Like any form? I was like, I've had CBD oil. He's like, nope, not the same thing, Aimee. Like, okay, then no, I have not tried this in any way, shape, or form. Apparently there are 3 different types and there's multiple different ways to consume these types. The 3 types are, I'm going to say this wrong, okay? This is just from what I understand. I am not a medical expert. I am not a cannabis expert. I am just someone who is prescribed this as a medication. So bear with me if I say something wrong. As far as I know, there is one that makes you sleepy. There is one that is more like a stimulant and gives you energy. And there is one that is a hybrid. So he said that one doesn't make you sleepy, but it does calm you down and also can have some of the effects of the more stimulant one. So as we talked and decided which one I wanted, my first thought was to go with the stimulus type one because one of my biggest problems is energy. I told him I do struggle with sleep. I have been on sleeping pills before, but the thing that I really wanted was to have more energy and to have less pain during the day so I could function and take care of my kids and my house and do all the things I want to do. But he did warn me. He said, well, do you struggle with anxiety? And I said, yeah, I'm actually on an antidepressant right now. And he did say that sometimes that more stimulant one can create more anxiety, panic attacks. That's the one, if you hear about people who have like paranoid when they're taking this drug, it's usually that type. What we decided in the end was to try all three of them to see which one worked best for me and what I liked and how my body did with each of them. One benefit he did say was, unlike an antidepressant or medications like that, where it takes weeks to build up in your system and to start working, this works right away. And you'll know that day whether that was a good dose for you or a bad dose, or if you had side effects or not, which is great. I'm sure there's long-term side effects to watch out for, of course, but there is a lot of immediate knowledge of how this works, which of course saves money and time and energy, which I'm all about. So the different types all have different ways of consuming it. So the first one he brought up was smoking it, which he said was the fastest way to get it in your system. And it makes sense why many people would like that, to have that immediate relief. I have never smoked anything in my life. Also, I have young children. I am not going to smoke around my children. That was a definite no. I knew that my goal was long-term, overall throughout my day. I want to feel better, not just some immediate relief. He did say that one works the fastest. It also dies off the fastest. And the next option that he shared with me, I think there's more than just these three, but these were the three main ones he shared with me since I didn't know anything about anything. So he gave me the most common, most popular types. So the other one is called a tincture, which is like a liquid drop. He said you put it under your tongue. And I did end up purchasing one of those in the hybrid option. That one, he said, works in about 15 minutes. So it's a lot faster than the next option I'm going to get to. He said most people like the gummies. And that's the one that I bought the most of to try out. And I ended up trying all three types. So a sleep, a hybrid, and a stimulant one. And the plan was to cut them into fourths, see how I do with a fourth. If I don't feel anything, the next day try a half. He said, you know when you've passed your dosage if you start laughing about things that you shouldn't laugh about. And okay. Josh thinks I'm high, but I really don't think I am. We're trying things, okay? I'm gonna share a whole video going through the step-by-step of my day of what it's been like to try it, because I did hit that point. So you'll be in for a fun video. I'll save my experience, how it's been working for me, how I've been feeling, for that next video, because as of today of filming, I am on day 2 of trying this out. So I've only tried a couple different options and we're still figuring out what's best for me. All that to be said, this is very controversial and many of you may have opinions on it, which is great. I am yet to do something for my health that someone does not have a strong opinion on, and that is not controversial. Things I never thought would be controversial end up being controversial when I talk about my health. So this is nothing new, but I feel good about this step. I know that I am in a lot of pain and I need to find some help for it. So we're gonna try it out and I will keep you updated on this journey. If you want to subscribe to my channel to see more about this journey or anything else about my life with chronic illness, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and I will see you real soon. Bye, my friends.